Good afternoon and welcome to the events and commemoration meeting. Today is July 18th. It is 3:30 p.m. If we could get a roll call, please, Alyssa. Mrs. Cooper, here. Mr. Capel,
Here.
Mr. Ayer, absent, two present. We have quorum. Okay, I was not at the previous meeting, but I did watch it online and have read the minutes, and I will make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Mrs. Cooper? Yes. Mr. Capel?
Yes.
2 yeas, motion approved. Thank you. Moving on to new business. First up, we have the Sizzle and Sound application, which I think both Mr. Capel and I have had time to look over.
Yeah, I'll only draw one thing of note to your attention because everything else is pretty similar. If you go to packet page 11, there is a proposal, a request to change the beer garden, to expand the beer garden. So the beer garden traditionally has been there on Vernon Street. You'll see that it's drawn diagonally into the lawn area that follows that sidewalk there. They've modified this one more time. They're going to square it up actually a little bit more. But the long and short of it is basically proposing to expand the beer garden. This is possible after some research that Mr. Bream had done on alcohol on the square. That was one of the reasons they had never expanded to include the square. We've concluded that there's no restriction that would prevent them from doing that. So as a result, they're going to request to do that. The plan also then is to make this kind of a seating area, so you can bring a chair into the beer garden and sit and enjoy the music, and then try to keep the chairs out of the other portion of the beer garden. So that's really the only significant change.
I was wondering, and if this is a longer answer, then we can talk about it another time, but I was curious because I've been to the Galena Fall Gathering and to the Catholic Church's event, and both of those you can walk around with an alcoholic beverage, and it's just so much more relaxing. It's so much more enjoyable than the Sizzle and Sound because we are stuck to this one area.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it. I understand they're not Sunbury proper, they're Berkshire and Galena, but I was like, what is the difference? Why are they allowed to do it and we are not doing it?
So it really was, I think, this issue of alcohol on the square. We thought that there was something in the deed, or there had been a previous voted issue years ago that prevented beer on the square. Again, we did a deep dive into the deed and the title work and discovered that that does not exist. So I think once we've done that, it's freed it up to move a little bit more. Having said that, also though, I think people have pushed back a little bit. They do want this to continue to be a family-friendly event and wouldn't want alcohol kind of just throughout the square area. So there still is a reason why they want to limit the space. But yeah, it gives it a little bit more room than we've had in the past.
Okay, I'll be interested to see how it goes and then maybe go back to that discussion because it really is much more enjoyable at the Catholic Church, and theirs is super family friendly.
Yeah.
They have kids volunteering there. I mean, it is like kids, they have a kids, like it's like a fair.
It's a carnival.
It's a carnival.
Yeah.
That's the right word. Yeah.
They have rides and everything.
Yeah.
I think one big difference there though is definitely atmosphere, because at St. John Newman, it's held during the daytime. You have a carnival, you sell pizza and hot dogs and stuff. So even if you go there and buy drinks, you kind of understand the expectation. And this is a rock concert. So
they have a rock band. They have the same band, the Economics.
That's true. They do. They have a very good 80s cover band there. I also get that there's a slight difference in feel when you're there at the event. Yeah. But I love the idea of expanding it. I think that's great.
Yeah, I'm grateful for that. We'll see how that goes because it's too uncomfortable, and it's got to be dangerous to have that many people like so close together.
Yeah, I think that part of that is to be responsive to the fire department as well, asking that we, get expanded so that we're not over the occupancy levels. They're going to add an additional, I think, access point as well. Now that they'll have a larger beer garden, they are going to.
Right. So are they thinking 3?
Yeah, I think that's what they're thinking, 3. And then the fire department's talked to them about maybe an emergency exit somewhere else in there. If something were to happen and you needed to exit, there's a way to kind of do that.
What are they using for barriers? Is it the temporary fencing?
It's the fencing. Yeah. I mean, the metal fencing, temporary metal fencing.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Did you say it was squared off too from not
so
the angled line anymore?
It's not angled anymore. It's going to go. So basically, if you think about where Johnny Appleseed is, just kind of go straight from
All got it.
all the way, so
All the way.
expanding it.
Yeah.
So for
Okay.
the first year, Johnny Appleseed can take part in the revenue.
Well, he'll be outside the beer garden, which is good. Johnny should be.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the change and we'll see how it goes, and
Thank you.
because I hear what you're saying too, Damon. There is, like, that teen area goes all night too. It's just not as well lit, I don't think, as the Catholic churches. Theirs is pretty well lit.
Yep.
Okay. All good. Next steps on the sizzle application? It just is,
Just want to make sure the events committee is aware.
they're good. They got it in pretty early for them. It's not post the event, so. Okay,
we would have hoped for a little earlier,
Yeah.
but hey, we'll take it.
okay. I just appreciate the handwriting. Okay, moving on, fishing for a cure, Sunbury Christian Church.
So the Fishing for a Cure is in honor of Jackson Preston. They will be having hot dogs, chips, and water for free. Any donations are being donated to St. Jude's Hospital. They're expecting around 100 people there. They will have 2 tents for food and registration. The event is on September 14th, and it will start at 9 a.m. and conclude around 1 p.m. And they have hosted numerous fishing events in the past before, and they haven't had any issues. And this has also already went through fire, EMS, and police.
Hopefully we have some fish in there.
Yeah.
Hopefully our water levels rise a little bit. Are we expecting that? Are we hopeful? I guess it depends on the water level, right? For that floating dock. Are they able to use it now?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So we'll be able to use that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you said it was September 14th. Okay. Is this the same family that came to council?
It is.
Okay.
So you may remember he received the mayor's proclamation. Yeah, for
Okay.
cancer awareness, childhood cancer awareness. So yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Reservoir Park ribbon cutting.
So we are decided to have the ribbon cutting for the floating dock on August 10th at 10 a.m. Amber had just put together a little flyer that she's going to be posting on social media. So she just finished that up this morning and she sent it to me, but I believe.
Have we invited Joey Thomas to that?
Yeah, we will. I just want to make sure. I think we were just trying to firm up the date. We know Tim Ghosts will be able to join us. So
Yeah.
hopefully you'll be able to join us as well. I know you are available. We probably do want you to say a couple
Okay.
of words or so just about
Sure.
what's going on before you officially cut the ribbon.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get some coverage there as well, so we can try to.
Okay.
I
So
think we're
that's
also
a
gonna try to
ribbon
have a
cutting,
few-
I was gonna say, but the chamber rep just popped in, but we're gonna be doing what'd you call it, a Reservoir Park ribbon cutting on Saturday, August 10th. Yeah, sure.
Oh, actually, right here, thank you for the reminder. No, because you had reached out to a few people, including the chamber, with the August 3rd date. And I just hadn't heard back. So do you want the chamber? Because
Yeah.
the city is a member and that's a free service that we do. And I think I gave the option of our photographer if Joe.
Yeah, you did. That's right. I do remember that. So we absolutely would love to have the chamber there.
Yeah.
Amen.
And they have the ribbon and giant scissors, so.
The photographer will help market it.
Yeah.
Not that the city needs any help from us, but we'll share in that, you know.
Well, we did purchase our own big scissors, so we could
Okay.
do those. I know, but
We have giant novelty scissors.
we do now have those. Yes.
That's awesome.
So yes. So, but thank you. Maybe you can bring a couple of pairs of scissors, and
Why
the chair can have a set. The former chair can have a set.
Yeah, I
and
like
it's
that.
fine.
Let's
Doesn't
do that.
matter.
So it sounds like you have
Bring them
two,
both.
so we have three.
It'll be three total.
Bring them both.
Great.
Yeah.
Has the
for sure.
mayor RSVP to that?
He's indicated that he's able to attend as well.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, so the date was changed because Mr. Host wasn't able to make that one.
Yeah.
So we think it's gonna be a definite?
Yeah.
Okay, so August 10th, at what time did you say? 10 a.m.?
10 a.m.
Okay,
So I think we're also gonna try to have a couple of young kids there as well. I think we're gonna bring a fishing pole or two, just kind of, I don't know, just show people kind of how it works, that type of thing. But so a few remarks, nothing any long, but just
okay,
a little celebration, an opportunity to promote the investment that council's made in the
Okay.
park.
and you'll let Joey Thomas know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I would like that. I was thinking about, because I drive by Old Orchard Park all the time, and just with this event going on, I thought like I would really like to get Joey a little bit more involved with more.
Mhm.
He does a good job with our big events, but Sunbury has so much to offer on those on a smaller level too, that I think, and he does such good work, even just like a quick tour of Old Orchard Park or something like this.
Mhm.
But I think we could get Joey a little bit more involved in that
Mhm.
if that is part of his contract.
Yep.
How is his contract framed? Like, is it for specific events or just general?
it is now. So it's
Okay.
basically as we pull him out for events now. So in the first year, yeah, he was basically on a retainer contract. And what we were trying to do was get images that I guess they call those assets, right? That so we just have these images that we'll be able to pull from for many, many years. Now, again, there'll be a time we'll want him to go out and get additional images of the city and what have you. But now it's on a per project basis, which is fine.
Like it's contracted, like we pay him X amount for a project.
Yeah, he's given us an hourly rate and we'll just find the project and then he'll come out, he'll do the work we've asked him to do, and then he'll bill us
Okay.
accordingly.
Well, I
And we're well
think
within
that,
within our budget, so it's not.
okay, I think something, and we can talk about that even at parks sometime, but I think he holds a lot of value and I think we could utilize him a little bit more.
Yeah, if we had some professional marketing the way we do for the 4th of July for some of the smaller events, that could pay off.
And I was reading through the comments on the 4th of July. Most of them were thank you to the chamber, thank you to Civic, but a lot of them were thank you for the pictures, thank you for like
Mhm.
this small town feel like that. It's not just something like council talks about, like we're getting that from the people. So I really think if we had Joey do, like he does the great like 2-minute videos too, and they don't have to be long
Yeah.
at the reservoir or our different parks or whatever we're doing. I think
Yeah,
it would be valuable to our residents.
Yeah, I think one of the things we had done last year, I think, is we did ask him to go up and get footage a couple of times of the reservoir as it was under construction as well. So
Yeah, so
we
it
get to
would
this point.
be fitting to finish
Right.
that project with
Right.
him.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll see his availability, but we may still be reaching out for, if
Okay.
he's not available.
Okay.
Okay, and I see that there's been a citizen recognition program nomination. I have not seen a citizen recognition post, though, encouraging nominations.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think I'm grateful that we have a nomination, but I feel like we should open it up again and maybe put a deadline on it and see if we get any more. Because
Yeah, I mean,
and
if-
maybe try to. Maybe, well, obviously, our goal of a quarterly one was too ambitious, so maybe
Mhm.
doing two a year. And so when was the last time, who was the last person
Mueller.
Dr. Muller's family? Was that the last one we did? No.
Did you guys do one?
We did another one. Shoot.
Done one since I've been on this committee, I know.
That's Stanley.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody remember a time frame of when we gave that to them? Sometime this year. Had to be if Damon was on the committee.
Yeah, so we're trying to do them quarterly. So I think well, I was gonna say it would have been probably the April submission somewhere in that time frame. In fact, I'm almost sure of that because this one came in almost immediately after we made the announcement.
Okay.
Because it was starting to generate
Okay.
a little bit of attention.
I'm fine with doing them quarterly, but I think we have to post it again. We have to post it again.
Well, how about if we do that then? Well, let's post again. We'll bring this one and any others that we get to the next month's meeting. And
Okay,
maybe we'll shoot for kind of a semi-annual a schedule.
It's an interesting question. If you try to schedule any kind of time frame, you're gonna have some time frames where you don't have it.
Sure. I more meant like for us, like maybe lowering our goal of like 4 a year to 2 a year.
If at
we
first you
can-
don't succeed, lower your expectation.
But I feel like in order for it to be fair, we need to advertise it again.
Okay.
So let's just hold off on this one and come back to it after Amber posts.
I think this is a good one though, too.
Okay.
I like it. It's not something you'd think of.
Well, and we keep them.
Yes,
So if,
you get a good back catalog.
yeah. So it's not just you're out if you get
Right.
in with some awesome other folks. Okay. I don't see anything under unfinished business. Damon, do you have anything that you wanted to
Not
discuss?
that I know of.
I only had the question about the sizzle and sound, so I'm good. Visitors, Mrs. Crawford, Mr. Bennett? Nothing to add? You weren't here last night, but we did give kudos to the chamber. Did you watch last night?
I haven't had a chance
No.
to watch it. It did say.
Oh, yeah. So very good. Yep. Okay, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mrs. Cooper,
Yes?
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
2 yeas, we are adjourned.